To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. It's time for NFL Pregame Party. Well, it's time for the wild card round tailgate. And as usual, I've got my boys with me, John and Knock. Did you guys have a good time killing shit last night in Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, I thought it went pretty well.
Yeah. Look good. I mean, you guys were... you were at the windmill last night when it ended, if I remember correctly, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot how to. There's a way you got to do something to stop it from turning.
I ain't telling you shit. I'm just. You got two choices. You can save the guy, or you can send him flying. One of the two.
Well, that's good, John. Don't look it up. We're gonna let me and Martin try to figure it out. Then.
Yeah, okay. Figure it out.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's good to see you guys. Wow, we got a lot to talk about. We'll follow the same format we usually do. We'll talk about college first and college football playoff, but also want to add a little segment before we talk about today's games about Black Monday. So, Knock, are you all set with the college stuff, man?
Yeah, I got two things I'm sharing. Obviously, the one clip that we'll save for in a second.
Right, for a second, but yeah, here we go.
I wanted to start with the FCS championship, which turned out to be, I don't know if you guys watched the highlights of it, but
no, I haven't
got to
seen
give it a chance. It was 18 minutes of your life.
Yeah.
But this was an awesome game. If you like football, you got to watch this game.
Okay.
It was a great game. Montana State coming in. This is very rare to not see North Dakota or South Dakota in this game.
Right.
For the last decade. So, but Montana State has been dominating the playoffs. Illinois State's like that Cinderella team.
Yeah.
For sure. They weren't even ranked coming into this playoffs, I think. But Montana State was up 28-14 at one point, and Illinois fought their way back. In the last minute or so, Illinois State, I believe, was in field goal range, and they had it was either a fumble or a block kick. And then Montana had it at midfield with about 30 seconds or so, and a bad snap dropped them back 20 yards, and that was pretty much the end of the fourth quarter. So it went into overtime, where Illinois State went down and scored, but they missed the field goal. I think it got blocked, the extra point. And so Montana State on 4th and 10. Now, Montana State had 9 false starts in this game. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was really bad. That's kind of what kept Illinois State, with all the penalties that Montana had. They had a dozen total. But on 4th and 10 from, I think, or 4th and 12, something like that. One last throw to a guy named Taco Downey Oh man, his name was Taco. It was great. They had another guy, another receiver called, I think it was Max Steele. I mean, these names were awesome for these guys.
Matt Steele.
Max Steele. And so, and the one other reason to watch the highlights is the touchdowns that they had were awesome. Like some of them were breaking like 5 tackles to get in. It was great.
Wow.
I'll say the best college name I heard was McDoom.
McDoom. Oh my God.
That's pretty good. But Montana State was able to get the extra point, and so they won in overtime just because of an extra point. So this was a fantastic way to end for the FCS. It was a great game. And then now we could go on to the next great game of the week because the first couple of games we had this week were really good. You had Miami and Ole Miss, and in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, and wow, this was a heavyweight fight right here. Miami just seemed to be the better team, but Ole Miss just wouldn't go away. Trinidad Chandler is freaking.
He's a stud. That guy's a really good player, man. Yeah.
He's fighting to stay in college right now. His
eligibility
to stay in was denied, so Ole Miss is going to have to take it to court to try to keep him for another year. Otherwise, he's got to move on. So we'll see what happens with that in the next couple months. But yeah, Miami Carson Beck was solid. He didn't make his mistakes.
Best game I've seen him play. Wow. I think they had a chance to pick off one of his balls, and he threw it so far to the sideline that the guy landed out of bounds. Right? Yeah.
And the Ole Miss receivers were catching everything.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, some of those balls were thrown a little high, and it just seemed like they were all fingertip catches.
That kid Tony is pretty damn good, man.
Yeah, Tony is my kind of guy, right? He's a guy that, but if you hit him, he's gonna fumble.
Yeah,
that's it. He's basically one of my kind of receivers. That's what he is. He's great in open space. He's hard to catch, but if you catch him, you can probably fumble the ball. Yeah, it's done that in multiple games, even in the playoffs. So he is susceptible to that. And we know what the next team coming up will do if you turn the ball over. So,
oh my God! Yeah,
this is a great game. Well, Miami ACC not even an ACC champion. They squeaked in and over Notre Dame, and they're showing off. So now we got an ACC versus Big Ten. Either way, it's going to be Big Ten.
Well, they're built for this time of year. They've got a great defense and a great running game. That guy. What is the dude's name? Number 4 that carries the ball for them. He just drags people with him, man. He's really, really good. That's what they're hanging their hat on. As long as they don't ask too much of Beck, they should be okay. But, I mean, we'll talk about Indiana and what we saw out of them. But John, I think, wants to talk about the end of this game.
Yeah, there should be an asterisk on that win for Miami. Yeah. That was obvious pass interference in the end zone. It should have been, the ball should have been played. It should have got the 15 yards, should have had 1 second on the clock, and gotten one last chance to throw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I watched it, and, the guy was looking for the ball, so, I mean, I don't know. It could go either way.
I heard one of the announcers say that they're generally a little bit more forgiving on Hail Mary plays. Yeah. I don't know.
They are, but I don't think that was a Hail Mary play, though. That didn't look like a Hail Mary to me.
That was the last second play. I mean, it was from the 30, but it's a Hail Mary. You're throwing it up there hoping someone catches it.
Yeah.
It may not be from the 50, but it's...
But, if that was the NFL, they'd have gotten the ball right there at the 1, and they probably scored. But, in college football, it just gives them 15 yards closer, and they get one more crack at it. So,
Which I like. I personally prefer that. It doesn't give them an automatic touchdown. I mean, almost always it's an automatic touchdown when you're on the 1. Almost always. Not every time, obviously, but most time. So I'm a fan of the 15. It also makes it a little more strategic for the defender, too. Hey, I'm beat. Let me hold him so he can't get the damn ball and scorches for 80 yards.
Yeah, well, they do that in the pros anyway. I mean, they'll do that.
Well, it's more effective in college because it's only 15 yards as opposed to giving up a 60-yard play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but this was a fantastic game to watch. Lane Kiffin thinks he could have taken it to the national championship. Of course, he does. and he called it an offensive pass interference or defensive pass interference too. So, yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with Ole Miss after this, but I don't know. Do you guys think that coach earned his job?
Oh yeah,
The
definitely.
defensive coordinator.
Look what he did. He kept losing. He kept losing all his coordinators too. His backups, because they all the one, not the defense, on the offense. They lost. They kept losing position coaches too, and he still was hanging in there. And look what he did. Look how close they got to winning.
Yeah, I haven't really looked it up too much, but so I don't know if it's like official that he's the coach right now. But I mean, I think he's earned it with this.
Yeah, I think he has too. If not, somebody's going to pick him up.
He went 2-1 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
that's a winning record, but, it's a very small sample size. You guys know better than I do how that team played. So,
yeah, compared to what they played against Georgia, I mean, they beat Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
SEC, that's the best you
Well,
can do.
my point is how handcuffed he was, and he still did that good.
but here's the thing: Lane Kiffin built that team.
Yeah,
that's Lane Kiffin's team. That's kind of like when in '95 when the Cowboys won the Super Bowl with my boy from Oklahoma. What the hell's his name? Head coach of the Sooners for years. Oh God, it's escaping me. You know who I'm talking about, though, John. He took over for friggin' Jimmy Johnson. All he had to do was let them do what they do.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, when Lane Kiffin left and started taking his guys with him, if that team wouldn't have bought into the new coach, they wouldn't have played as well.
Right, I understand that, but they're probably playing with a chip on their shoulder because the coach left too.
Yeah.
I mean, this right here is hard to judge, man. It's hard to judge. Like I said, it's a very small sample size, but he definitely had them up for the games. They almost went 3-0. So
it certainly doesn't hurt him.
It doesn't hurt his cause at all. No.
So if you thought the other, the last game for the college was going to be close, it was not. This was Oregon, Indiana. I mean, poor Oregon. They're coming off that, that shutout to Texas Tech. Coming into this one, and just from the starting off with a pick six, and then kudos to Moore for going right down the field afterwards and scoring. Yeah. But unfortunately, they couldn't stop Indiana from responding, and then I'm pretty sure that led to another turnover, that led to another one, and then right before the half, there was a punt block, and just way too much stuff happened against Oregon. I mean, even Indiana. When Mendoza fumbled, his lineman picked it up.
His lineman fell on it. The ball was bouncing their way, but look, a couple of those turnovers were they were on the quarterback. They were. I mean, that first pick six, he should have never thrown that ball, and if he did, he should have thrown it way further outside and low. So the cornerback, it's not like he didn't see the guy right there. I mean, that was on him. And the option play that he hit, he went to throw and he hit the friggin' running back going by him. That's on him too, if you ask me. I mean, maybe the running back was in the wrong position, but you gotta. That either wasn't practiced well enough, or I don't know what went wrong there. But that was 2 on him. Now the strip sack fumble, he couldn't have done shit about that. They were on him in 2 seconds. He couldn't have done anything about that one. But 2 of them were on him. But they're opportunistic. They scored off of everything that team gave them, and that's why it ended up like that. They're impressive. That's the first time I've watched Indiana this year, and wow, they're better than they were last year. And they were pretty good last year.
They were, but they weren't being the big team. Like, they lost to Ohio State.
The biggest change to me is their defensive philosophy. They're really aggressive on defense now. They get after it. They know their offense can score, so they get a lead and then they come after your ass, man.
Yeah, I think I saw another graph where they have no 5 stars on the team,
Nope.
and their like average age is like 23.
Yeah.
So they're all vets on
Right.
that team. They're all players with experience.
Wasn't Mendoza only a 2-star?
Something like that. He went to Cal.
Yeah.
Struggled there. Didn't get much there, and then given a chance here. So, yeah. And then, of course, my favorite one, Joe, if you're ready, I'll just do the short
Yeah,
clip.
absolutely, man.
This was my favorite part after with Signetti getting interviewed.
Appreciate how special and how historic all of this has been.
I'm really not thinking about the next game. I'm thinking about cracking open a beer.
That's awesome, man.
So that was cool. And you actually saw him smile there, too, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the funny part. So, yeah, we are down to our very last game happening Monday, January 19th, Miami and Indiana. I mean, obviously Indiana is going to be the favorites. They could go undefeated this year. They're the only remaining team that was undefeated going into the playoffs. So it's, yeah. Well, except for, I think, Ohio State. No, because they beat them in the Big Ten. So, yeah, pretty much it. And so here's the bracket. You can see all the teams that were here. There was a lot of talk with JMU and Tulane, with them making it and then bitching about it because Notre Dame had their, little pissy fit because they didn't make it. I'm going to go.
Well, their little pissy fit is over. Nobody's listening anymore. Deaf ears.
Yeah.
Miami made it to the national championship game.
One thing I meant to grab was the bowls. Let me see if I can find that real quick, the bowl records. Because now that's finally done.
Yep. Well, I know this much. They really Miami's been impressive. Of course, beating A&M and then beating Ohio State, the previous champions. I think everybody thought that it was going to be Ohio State and Indiana. Their defense has been really, really good. I don't know. It's going to take a monumental effort for Miami to win that game. We'll talk about that in a second. What do you got here, Tom?
Yeah, I'll just real quick, I want to show, because this is the total of all the bowl games, including the ones this last two. So ACC did really good with 9-4, Big Ten 9-4, and then SEC with 4-10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the dominant conference.
But nobody could top the Pac-12's 100% win rate.
That's true. That'll be higher next year when we actually have a full league or full conference. So that'll be a little bit better. But the independents. Oh,
wow, 100%. They're in one. They're 1-0. Wow,
Yeah.
one game.
I think that was
Talk about a small sample size.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Their conference. It's they got 8 teams now, so they'll have more suitors next year for sure.
Yeah.
See what happens there. But
Of course, I think the Big Ten is actually a better conference than the SEC. It's just all the money's in the SEC.
I'm just wondering where all the Knox SEC hate's coming from. I'm just wondering where that's all coming from. He loves to point out the fact the SEC ain't doing well.
Yeah,
he loves that.
Just don't like seeing the same teams win it every year. That's all.
They
won it a lot.
Hey, they have set it up to where any team, look, a basketball school is on the verge of winning the national championship in football. So with the portal, anybody can do anything now. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of portal, I'm not going to go too in depth. This will be real quick. But I did want to talk about some of the quarterbacks transferring. Because I think some of them are going to make some pretty big leaps.
Differences for teams.
Yeah. So the first one being, now we saw what happened to Texas Tech, right? So with they didn't get any points. So they're actually getting a quarterback, Brendan Sorsby from Cincinnati. He's got a year remaining. So he's probably going to try to do a Mendoza, thing here. Texas Tech, that quarterback just did not look good. So they're obviously looking for somebody else. So,
which is strange because Texas Tech usually has a good quarterback. I mean, they've had a few.
Yeah, that was a pretty So
they've had a few do well in the NFL. Andy Dalton, and I think isn't your guy from Texas Tech too?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, yeah.
And then let's see, Sam Levitt. Now, I don't know where he's going yet, but Sam Levitt was the Arizona State. He's the one that took him and Scadaboo took Arizona State against Texas and almost won that game.
Mm-hmm.
Took him to the brink. So he's got 2 years left, so he can go somewhere. And
He was a freshman last year? Wow.
he was in that game in that year for Texas. He was a redshirt freshman.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this last year he was a sophomore. So yeah, he's got 2 more years. So yeah. I mentioned this one in the chat. Drew Mestermeyer, he's going to Oklahoma State. I think his head coach was going there. North Texas head coach is going there, so he's following him there. I like this one right here. Byron Brown. He was really good for South Florida. He's going to join his coach at Auburn. So that's going to be fun to watch next year with Auburn. They might have something there with Byron Brown. He's a really good quarterback. Saw a little bit of this over the week was Desmond Williams with Washington. Apparently he signed a contract to stay at Washington and then went to the portal like the next week. And so they had to calm down there, bro. You're coming back. So last I heard, he's staying at Washington. That's very weird that you sign a contract to stay and then a couple of days later you go to the transfer portal. So that was a really weird situation there. That's just kind of showing how things are, stuff going on there with the NILs and things. I like this one. So we see what Indiana's doing right now, right? Josh Hoover from TCU is going to Indiana.
Wow.
He wants to be the next Mendoza.
Wow.
So he has the skills to do. He's got 1 year remaining. So we'll see what happens there. That's why I wanted to show this list. Penn State has always been looking for a quarterback, so they're getting one from Iowa State, Rocco Becht. I like that name, Rocco. He did pretty decent this year. Dylan Raiola from Nebraska, John's favorite guy to make fun of.
Timu Mahomes.
Timu Mahomes, is that what you call him? Timu Mahomes? Nice.
I like this one. Now, this one's now it doesn't say where he goes. I saw that he's going to Baylor. DJ Lagway from Florida is leaving the SEC to go to Baylor, apparently to go dominate the Big 12 rather than stay in the SEC. So I thought that was really interesting. So he's doing like the Bo Nix, getting out of SEC, where hopefully he'll shine in the Big 12. And then the last one is Kenny Minchie going from Notre Dame to Kentucky. Kentucky also has a new head coach there. So just some of the ones I wanted to mention because we'll see what happens next week. I like that Indiana one with Josh Hoover.
Yeah, because they're going to lose Mendoza in the draft for sure. I think this is last year anyway, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, So let's see. What do you think? Who's going to win the national championship? John, what do you think?
It's going to be Indiana.
Yeah. You think it's going to be a coronation?
Yep. This last game was their statement. We are the number one team in the NCAA, and we are going to win it all.
Did you see any green in those stands?
I told John before the show, I was like, all I saw, of course, I just watched the highlights. You guys know I don't watch ESPN, so. But all I saw in the stands were a sprinkling of green jerseys here and there, and it was a sea of red, man.
There was the one corner that was all green because of the band, and then that little section beside them. Everything else was all
it was a
Indiana.
sea of red, man. It was a home game for fucking Indiana, no doubt about that shit. It was crazy, man. Knock, your thoughts?
I mean, my biggest concern for Miami is always going to be Carson Beck.
Yeah.
And when he's on, he's on. When he's off, he's Geno Smith.
He was on in the last game.
And he was on. Yeah, exactly, which is why they won. And But Indiana is not the team you throw interceptions to. They'll make you pay for it every single time. They're going to have to play mistake-free. Mm-hmm. They're going to have to run the ball, get the ball out of Beck's hands as soon as they can. He's got to make good decisions. I mean, if they could do that, they have a chance. But God, the defense is really good. But can they stop Mendoza, the Heisman winner? That's going to be
the most impressive thing I saw him do, because we know he can throw every one of the throws you need him to throw. He was throwing bullets. He was putting air on the ball. His timing's really good. But what impressed me was I saw where he ran for a first down, and I think it was in the first quarter. and it was a blitz from his right side, and they picked it up perfectly, and he recognized it so fast that he was 10 yards down the field before anybody even turned their head.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
like
the guy is really his awareness.
got him.
If you check his awareness, it's pretty fucking high. That guy, he knows what he's doing, no doubt about it, man.
Yeah, I think for Miami, it's just mistake free. That's it. If you make mistakes,
they have to play. They have to play their game. They have to run the football, be very physical. They have to beat this team up. You know what I mean? It has to be. It has to be something like the Broncos Seahawks Super Bowl. Everybody that touches the ball has to pay for it. You got to get in their heads. You got to play physical and no mistakes. Can't make any mistakes because we saw what happened last night. You make a mistake against Indiana, they're gonna make you pay right away. They're gonna jump all over you like friggin', like sharks. They're smelling blood. They're just gonna be all over you. So it has to be mistake free. They got to have 6-7 minute drives. Keep fucking Mendoza on the sideline, and I mean that's the only way they're gonna win. You're right, Knock. It has to be mistake-free physical football for them to win. And it's going to be a tough hill to climb, man, especially for a school that is just getting back after, my gosh, when's the last time they were relevant, John? It was like a few years after the turn of the century, man.
Yeah, it was like 2022, I think, or 2002.
Yeah, 2002. I was fixing to say 22. Yeah. It's been a couple of
2002.
decades, man.
2002.
I always used to tell Miami fans, Ray Lewis ain't walking through that door. Sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is. He's on the sideline.
He's on the sidelines now. Yeah,
with Michael Irving. You know.
Yeah, and who else did I see? Who's the running back? Who's the running back they had out there too? Was it Edgerrin James? Didn't he play for them? Yeah,
I think that's who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's now we got to see who they're going to bring. Who's the fourth?
Who else you going to pull? It's going to be Jeremy Shockey next, right? He's going to be out there. Yeah.
Ole Miss tried. They brought Eli Manning out.
Yeah, I saw him come out as one of the captains. I was like, dude, guys, that's funny. But yeah, I would love to see it though. You know, when it comes to college football, I love to see defenses reign. I really do. I love good defense, and I'm pulling for Miami. I don't even think they've got a chance. I mean, but if they play rented lips, mistake-free football and play their brand of football and make people pay for it when they get the ball, they might get in their heads and mess them up. But that kid Mendoza seems to be he won the Heisman for a reason, guys. That's that guy's good.
The question going into this week was, and I think most of us knew the answer with Mendoza, but do the Raiders pick Mendoza or Moore? Because Moore
is a big question.
And this was literally a head-to-head.
And I think Moore can actually, stay in one more year. I think. I was watching something on that this morning. I think he's got one more year of eligibility, but he may go in the draft anyway. That is the question. After what I saw last night, if I was the Raiders, I'd be calling Cignetti and see if he wanted to come be my head coach and bring his fucking quarterback with him. I mean, that's what I'd do. I mean, that guy, I didn't see any friggin' chinks in his armor last night. The only mistake I saw him do was fumble the ball on a run.
Actually, Dante Moore has 2 more years of eligibility.
Yeah, I don't know if he comes out. And today's game with the NIL deals and everything, why would you come out? Why?
Unless he's going. I mean, top 2 is a lot of money.
It is.
Top 5.
It is.
Is
but
a lot of money,
hang on.
You can get that later.
Pull
too.
up. Hang on. Let's talk about it. Hang on 1 second. It's not like we got a lot of games we got to cover here.
Right.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and pull up the draft order real quick and see if he wants to come out or if he doesn't. You know what I mean? Because we know the Raiders have the first overall pick, but let's see what else is there.
I also think I don't think it's going to happen, but I think it would be hilarious, and I definitely don't want to see it happen. But if Curt Cignetti went to the Raiders,
definitely don't want to see that.
Forget about it.
You can't tell me that Tom Brady isn't going to tell them to do that.
Why would you? I also saw some memes of John Gruden too.
This guy got a basketball school. to the national championship game in football. I know you think it's just a joke when I'm saying it.
It is.
No. These schools concentrate on one sport. Everything else is peripherally. I'm telling you. And it's amazing what they've done
Until the
with
money
that football
comes in.
team. What'd you say? I'm sorry?
Until the money comes in.
Yeah.
Football
Whatever.
makes more money than anything.
It does. And
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll concentrate on it. But look, they hang their hat on Indiana and basketball, bro. Come on, bro. That's their sport. Let's see. Draft order 2026.
And, you know, Carson Beck, I think it was $4.6 million for his NIL deal.
Wow.
Something like
Well.
that. So, I mean, that's
That's what I'm saying. Why would he come out? Especially, let's take a look at the draft order and see what he's got to look forward to.
oh, no.
Of course, he could go number one to the Raiders, but you know, if they can get Cignetti, why wouldn't you get Cignetti and that kid to come there?
Oh, no.
How would he like to
Oh,
play for the
no.
New York Jets, one of the worst fucking organizations?
Oh,
or
no.
even further, I mean,
Now, Cardinals.
who would want to play for the Cardinals?
I would to play with Marvin Harris Jr.
Yeah, true, but what's the organization going to be? You
The
know,
problem is with Marvin Harris Jr. is he's too inconsistent.
they've already got a quarterback in Tennessee.
Maybe he needs
They've
a-
already got a quarterback with the Giants. Does he want to go to Cleveland, play for that shitty organization? You know?
I thought Cleveland had their quarterback.
Hey,
Okay.
Hey, don't
sure.
laugh because you haven't watched Adore Sanders play, okay?
I have watched him play.
I have.
I've seen him win.
I've seen him lose. I've seen
Yeah.
him fumble. I've seen him throw picks. He's got a lot
Oh, okay,
to learn.
well, you know, you can't all be Joe
They need
Namath.
a quarterback
you know.
here, or they don't need a quarterback there in Washington. The Saints probably have their guy, I would imagine. I'd stick with Shuck if I was them. Gee whiz,
Kansas
yeah.
needs
And
a
then you get
quarterback.
into teams that the next team down that he might want to go to is maybe Miami.
Honestly, I think he should go to the Chiefs because then he can sit behind him and they have a quarterback to keep him home
Shit.
down.
Yeah, but here's the deal. He'd be going to one of these two teams, and they both suck. You know, they both have shit owners. There's a reason why these two teams are number one almost every other year. It's because they suck. And if I was him, let's make a couple more million before we go to the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Stay in college with all those hot chicks who think you're a
Hot
hero.
chicks who think I'm
Or
the
go to
greatest.
New York, where it's run down and the worst.
And
one of the
where
first
everybody's
franchises.
going to bitch at me every week.
Everyone's going to yell at you. Fans are going to throw shit at you.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
can't do it. I don't
But,
think he's
you know,
coming out.
The dream is the NFL, I guess, and for the most part. But so we can't. We don't have the. We're not in their shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what they want is kind of different than what.
Yeah,
we,
really, what motivates him? If he wants to go resurrect a shit franchise, if he puts that chip on his shoulder,
Yeah.
he comes out this
if
year.
he wants to be the savior, you know.
But that moolah, that Monet.
Didn't Moore actually get drafted as a baseball player?
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
he's a
can't
dual
really do
sport
that.
guy, and he probably
Yeah.
has been.
So
drafted.
he could
Mendoza.
actually.
I think you're talking about Mendoza.
Was it Mendoza that got?
Honestly. I know Mendoza was definitely drafted.
Okay.
He's
I know
playing
one of them
I
got
football.
remember them
drafted.
talking about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it was Mendoza. I don't
He's
think
going to play football. He's not playing baseball. No,
they said he's going to have to make a decision.
no, he doesn't. You ever heard of Deion Sanders? Talk about Sanders, the greatest Sanders of all
Do
time.
that anymore,
He played
man.
both
This
sports.
ain't the '90s. You don't do that anymore. You don't
Bo
do
They
that.
can
Jackson?
still do it.
Bo
Shit.
Jackson.
Yeah, Bo Jackson's another one. They can do
The
it.
'80s. Okay, I mean we're going further back. Like let's go in the future here. That doesn't happen anymore.
Russell Wilson worked out with the Rangers all the time, dude.
Oh, worked out with them, but
Yes,
they
he
games-
played in the preseason for him. Played in the preseason for the
games that
Yankees.
Don't matter. Got it. Okay.
Okay, Knock, you're right. We're all wrong.
I'm gonna say you could. They
It's been done, Knock.
how many? Yeah,
You cannot say it
forever
hasn't
ago.
been done. It's been
Forever
done.
ago. And
It can
and
be
no
done.
Real substance mattering.
He's just not going to stop, is he, John?
I mean, football players
Yeah.
get drafted by baseball all the time. They don't
Yeah,
ever
They
go.
do. John Elway was drafted by both both sides.
Sure he was. It was popular in the 90s.
All right, our boy is in the house.
There are some who call me Tim.
And you know what's funny? Your team's not even in it, and the hatred for him is still around, John. What is with him?
We live
And there's
rent-free
no
in everybody's
Chiefs game
heads.
this playoffs. Well, enjoy that now, Tim. I don't think you'll be able to say the same thing next year. So.
Oh, no.
Anyway, okay. Thank you for that college football report there, buddy boy.
Yeah, there's not going to, unless there's some head coach stuff or transfer portal stuff, there's not going to be anything in college football this week.
No,
Because
it's
the
only
game's
one
not
game.
until after
There's
next
only
show.
one game to talk about, and we've already talked about it. So,
Yeah, I'm just saying for
look
like
at
next
this.
week, I'm not going to have really any updates because no game's going to happen before next week.
Look at this guy. He's video prone.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, there you go. I said,
He wanted to hear we go too. There you go. Good to see you, Tim. Good to see you. Okay, boys and girls, we got to talk about Black Monday in the NFL
And Tuesday and Wednesday.
and Wednesday. Yeah,
Black
Monday,
week.
Tuesday,
It
and
was a
Wednesday.
black week.
Yeah,
It's a black
weird.
week in NFL this time around. The latest one is pictured right there.
Captain Capri Pants.
Captain Capri Pants. It was shocked me when I heard earlier this week that they were going to keep him, that he was going to be sticking around. That was on Monday. They said that, but interestingly, they fired him. What, Wednesday? Was that right? I think
Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
Wednesday or Thursday, and it happened shortly after. Where is he? He's down here somewhere. Oh, there he is. John Harbaugh.
That was Tuesday.
Yeah. John Harbaugh
John
gets
Harbaugh
fired
released.
on Tuesday by the Baltimore Ravens in a shocking development. It looks like what happened was they went into their debriefing, and him and Bisciotti got to talking, and I think from what all accounts were sounding like, he was basically defending his assistants, and Bisciotti was wanting some changes on the defensive side of the ball, and John was basically saying, well, I'll think about it, and one thing led to another, and they parted ways. He was let go by the Baltimore Ravens. Very interesting.
All because of one kick.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, John. You first.
I was going to say, and I wondered before even Black Monday if he was safe.
Yeah.
I was like, and of course, Knock was like, oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
I thought he was fine too. I really did.
I did ask last week if one of these guys was going to get fired.
Mm-hmm.
If they lose this game.
Well, see, that's the thing. The Ravens, they're one of those franchises where they have a standard now. They've been on this level for so long. They've got a standard now, and he's been there 18 years. I was surprised by the firing, but I think it's a good move by the Baltimore Ravens, and it's not because John Harbaugh is a bad coach at all.
Need a change.
Yeah, I think both the organization and John Harbaugh need a change. I think they've gotten stagnant, and that's what we're seeing there, I think. And it's not like, his players love him. By all accounts, they were all heading in there offering their condolences to him at the office. He's a player's coach. He knows how to talk to them. You know what I mean? You hate to see it because he'd been there for so long. And it was funny. I saw one guy say, if the kicker if Loop makes the kick, then we're seeing this about Tomlin.
Tomlin. Yeah.
I don't think Tomlin would
Right?
have gotten fired because he's never had a losing record.
Yeah, I know. Look,
You know,
Pittsburgh
had one
never fires their
particular-
coaches. They just don't. They let them, they don't fire them. They let them retire, So I think he would have had a better chance of keeping his job, but it wouldn't have surprised me. And he still might. I mean, if they get thumped by Houston,
Oh yeah,
he
yeah,
still
they
might.
Yeah,
They're not off. I don't think he's out of the fucking hot seat at all. But this, I think, is a great thing. You know who hates this right now, right? It's Kevin Stefanski, because he was number one, right? He was number one on everybody's short list. Where is Kevin? The Cleveland Browns head coach was let go as well on Monday. And he was number one on everybody's list. Which job's he going to get? Is he going to New York? Is he going to Cleveland? Well, he came from Cleveland, so he wasn't going there. And a lot of people were saying maybe he'll end up in Baltimore after John Harbaugh got fired. You know what I mean? He was number one, but now, anybody. And I think the agent said that within 45 minutes, 7 teams had reached out to Harbaugh, and there was only 7 openings at the time, and one of them was Baltimore, where he just got fired. So that meant somebody that already had a coach was calling about him. And from what I heard the next day, that the agent said it's up to 9 franchises have already talked to him about Harbaugh and his interest in coming there. So, very interesting, this coaching carousel, because it's a fluid situation. You had this guy as the number one, marketable coach, and then Harbaugh gets fired on Wednesday. I mean, it's crazy. But we also had, during the season, now we lost Callahan in Tennessee. We know that. They fired. What I think's funny about that one, he didn't even last, the entire season, because they fired him the week before they were playing their old coach in New England.
Yep.
They didn't want to get embarrassed, so they went ahead and made it an interim doing it. Bill Callahan gone to Tennessee. Brian Daboll was let go in New York. That one was past due, if you ask me. That when they brought in Jackson Dart, I thought they should have went ahead and changed coaches then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once Danny Dimes was out the door, and that experiment was over. This one was surprising. Only 2 years for Raheem Morris. And he won a bunch of games down the stretch for him, including the last one that put Carolina in the playoffs. We're going to see them today against the Rams because of Raheem Morris's team. Now, this one, though, is more of a cleaning house kind of thing. Arthur Blank wants a clean slate. He's getting a new GM. He's getting a new coach. All of it. He's cleaning out the entire office facility there in Atlanta. So that I'm sure Raheem will get another job pretty quick.
They even got rid of the janitors.
Yeah, right?
Penix has been on. He's been recovering. He's going to come back into the building, and there's going to be no one there.
Yeah, right.
He's going to be, just looking around like Pulp Fiction. What's going on here?
It's funny you mention him. Is Penix injury prone? Is Raheem Morris and that entire organization getting cleaned out because of the Penix drafting and him coming there and not being able to play an entire season yet? So that's the question, because he's ended, even though he didn't play the entire season last year, he did end the friggin' season with an injury. So, and then his season gets cut short this year because of injury. I mean, is he going to be that guy? Atlanta's already had one of these dudes. Chris Chandler was a really good quarterback for them, but he couldn't last an entire season. He was the man of glass. You looked at him sideways, and he fell apart,
Yeah.
So
I feel like Atlanta needs to spend $18 million on a backup quarterback to stay there, and just Okay, I was making a joke about Kirk.
Yeah. You mean doing exactly what they're doing right now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I get it. Of course, we talked about Kevin Stefanski. Pete Carroll, one and done with the Raiders. Knew that was coming.
He's going back in the crypt.
Yeah, he was just brought in for name recognition because they knew they had a shit team this year. If anything else, they were just trying to set up, a culture there, but it didn't work.
You know what I want to see, which I haven't gotten to see in my football lifetime?
What's that?
I want to see a player refuse to go to a team. I have not experienced that.
No, yeah, we have.
You weren't watching football when Eli Manning was drafted?
No, not really. That's when I first got into football around 2002. But that's just getting into it. None of the behind stuff. That's just watching games. So no, not really. In my off season, history, I haven't really gotten to experience.
Well, you watched Elway, who did that.
I joined football. I started watching football. I became a Broncos fan during the Super Bowl, Elway's last Super Bowl.
So you watched Elway.
I watched his last game.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I was saying.
Clearly, you're not understanding.
I understand exactly what you're saying, man. I was just pointing out the fact that he did that very thing too.
No, I know it's been done. I'm not saying it hasn't been done. I'm saying it hasn't been done when I've been invested in off season.
My brother-in-law is still salty over Eli Manning.
I bet.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Mendoza refuse, and he's not.
It's not like San Diego hasn't had good quarterbacks, though, John. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
The point, it's just
Mendoza go to the Raiders.
He brings that up all the time, and I'm like, dude.
I'm sorry, Knock. What about Mendoza?
Well, no, it's just it sucks that he's gonna have to go, but the one thing is he's got Ashton Genty, he's got Brock Bowers.
It's not like they don't have talent.
Yeah,
and
it's hurting me that their team can actually start coming together with a new quarterback like Mendoza.
Right.
Just like the Cowboys, the Raiders will never turn around until ownership changes.
I don't think so either. But that's where they're at. They got rid of Pete Carroll. Jonathan Gannon was fired in Arizona. This one, I have to start questioning the ownership there in Arizona as well, because this guy,
Was this a one and done, or is this two?
No, he's been there.
It's
actually 2 years, I believe. He was on the staff for it's 3 years.
3 years.
It's 3 years
Right there.
because he was on the staff
13,
when the Eagles
9.
went and lost.
Yeah.
Okay. To the Chiefs.
Yep.
He was their, I think he was their offensive coordinator, and the Colts guy was the defensive coordinator. They both got yanked by teams after that Super Bowl. So yeah, it's 3 years for him. His record overall those 3 years was 15-36. But you can't say the Cardinals weren't competitive. I mean, they were it. You watch them every week, and they're scaring the shit out of good teams. You know what I mean? It's really weird. But maybe they're needing a culture change there too. Who knows? But after all of this, Mike McDaniel gets fired, and I got to tell you, the three guys we know we're going to see on the sidelines again this year are Harbaugh, Stefanski, and Mike McDaniels. Look, you can say what you want. This guy is not a head coach, but he's a brilliant fucking offensive mind. I would not be surprised because, correct me if I'm wrong, Knock, that team up in your neck of the woods got rid of their offensive coordinator. They got rid of Cliff Kingsbury. That was the first thing Dan Quinn did at the end of the season, was fire him.
Yeah,
And-
but there's a landing place for him, possibly.
Right?
I don't know if it's going to work.
With the fucking if Nagy gets hired, I've heard that one too. Yeah,
Nagy's gone. Nagy's contract is not being renewed.
All right,
so he's gone
he
regardless.
He very well could end up in fucking Arrowhead, no doubt about it, man. He's a hot look. That guy can coach offense. Let's face it, he's been handcuffed by Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
Okay, that guy can come up with some shit. On
I was talking
offensive
about Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, you're talking about Kingsbury.
I don't want Captain Capri pants until he learns how to wear actual men's pants.
Well, he'd have to in Arrowhead, man.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get away with that capri pants shit. But
No.
I'm looking at Washington for him to land at because he's already coached there.
Yeah.
Him and Shanahan both coach there. You know what I mean? So, Mike McDaniel's going to be on a staff as an offensive coordinator next year, and they're going to do well.
Kingsbury, they're talking about could come to the Chiefs because of Pat. If Pat says, "I want my old coach back,"
yeah, I could see that happening in 2 seconds. Yep.
There's also a very good chance we get Eric Bieniemy back, which that would make me happy because he's the one that structured our Super Bowl runs.
Right. But looking at these coaches, I think Raheem Morris will be coaching somewhere next year. I think it'll be defensive coordinator, But as far as the vacancies, who do you think's going where? We'll start with Cleveland. Who do you think they're going to try and get? Are they going to get a coordinator, or are they going to get a name?
It's not Dion, because he asked to interview and they said no.
Wow, really? That's funny. Oh, man. I wouldn't want to go to Cleveland, though. There's a couple of these jobs I wouldn't want, man. The Jets,
No.
okay, they're keeping their head coach, but who knows how long that guy's going to be there. But as far as an organization, I don't know. Miami, what do you guys think about the rumors that they fired McDaniel to make room for Harbaugh?
That actually seems pretty likely.
Yeah. But will he go there? That's the thing.
Well, who are they going to have left in Miami? I mean, they'll have Achane, they'll have Waddle.
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek's gone.
Yeah.
He's already making noise about he wants to come back to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I
doubt he's coming back to the Chiefs either. Look, after Troy Brown did what he did, and I think malcontents, they're going to find a place. You know where he's going? He could go to the Raiders. Where all wide receivers go to die. That's where he's going.
Actually, there is a good chance he comes back, especially if what turns out. If I don't think it's real. Mm-hmm. I think she's just trying to get money because she never went to the cops. She went to social media.
Yeah,
and it supposedly went on for 8 years, and that's with Rashid Rice. So if Rashid, and he's already got it. I mean, he's got one major ding. The whole racing thing.
Yep. Yep. What do you think, Knock? Where do you think Harbaugh's going to land?
I'm going with Giants.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I think that's where he's going.
Yeah. Well, they have probably the most dynamic quarterback and running back duo
of the openings
in the NFL. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Of all the openings. Yeah,
the openings.
There's so much talent there that in those two that
he can build a defense off of that front line they have there too.
Oh yeah.
And, he's going to want to do that right away. You know him. He's run the ball, defense, good quarterback play. That's what he's about.
I don't think we should forget about Neighbors either.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors.
It's an LSU wide receiver. Shit, if he stays healthy, he's a beast, right? So, yeah. Now, Stefanski, I think he's going to – if I was Stefanski, out of the NFL openings that are there – I don't know. I might look at Miami. Probably Atlanta is probably the next coolest gig. I would imagine.
Arizona?
Here's my thing with Arizona. Are they keeping Kyler?
Kyler's got to be moved. If I want that head coaching stop, the first thing I'd say is Kyler's got to be out of here. Get me another quarterback. You know what I mean?
You've got to be so far to ride the NFL,
right?
So high to ride the
right. What the hell, man? But, I mean, when I saw him just yelling at Cliff Kingsbury when when they were together there, he cost Kingsbury his job because, wow, that was just, I couldn't believe it. That was crazy.
By the way, for the Browns, Deshaun Watson is 80 million against the cap.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He could be their starting quarterback next year, man.
Gosh.
Because he's got 1 year left. Yeah. Yeah, they're handcuffed. If I'm Stefanski, I'm really eyeballing the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, he's got 3 years left on the contract.
Yeah.
He's through 2028.
You're kidding
me.
Yeah.
Nope, they gave him a 5-year contract.
They might want to just unass him and fucking just I mean, look,
$7 million in 2029. So yeah, it's
imagine what your Broncos would look like right now if they'd have just kept Russ around. You know what I mean?
awful.
You would not have had
We're
the
actually
turnaround
almost
you
done
had.
with his.
Yeah.
I think next year we don't have to worry about his anymore.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying. You know, Cleveland may want to take a page out of your book and cut that guy loose.
Wilson is 32 on our cap number this last year.
It's crazy.
I don't see. I'm actually looking at the over the cap right now.
We're horrible about that. But people don't realize, though, it's like, oh yeah, they're so far. Yeah, but Chris Jones has said, oh yeah, I'll knock me down. I'll take a pay cut to stay here.
Well, by the time we get over the Wilson thing, Bo Nix is going to be looking to get paid. So
Yeah. It's perfect timing. It's perfect timing. You just got to
we'll have about
survive
a year or
till
so
then. Yeah.
before we have to do that. But because I think he's only in his second year, so we still got 3 more years of that.
Right.
So it's going to be going to defense this next year probably.
Yep. So, I think the best jobs out there are the Atlanta job, the New York job. These are 2 ownership groups that you're not going to be handcuffed by dollars. They want to win. Arthur, you can say what you want about Arthur Blank. That man wants to win. He does, and so does the Mara family up there in New York. So, I think those are the 2 best. The worst job is the Raiders job, but that could turn out to be a pretty cool gig. Look, the perfect thing to happen for Raiders fans is Cignetti follows Mendoza there.
Yeah.
And they
Which
get a
I don't
fresh
wanna
start
see.
completely.
don't
I know neither one of you want to see. Yeah, it's your division. You don't want to see
There's-
that shit.
There's 2 coaches I don't want to see come to the Raiders. Cignetti's one of them.
Yeah.
The other one's John Harbaugh.
And he's not coming to the Raiders.
No, he's not coming to the Raiders. But
No.
even John Harbaugh can't save the Raiders.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
And
By the way, the Raiders Geno Smith cap hit for 2026 is $26 million, and then $39 million in 2027.
yeah,
Wow. Did they rook them dudes out of some dollars?
Now the Raiders right now have a cap space of $88 million, so they can spend some money. Tennessee has a cap space of $96 million.
Yeah.
So whoever takes them over can spend a little money
yeah.
to try to plug some holes. But
I wouldn't work for Tennessee. I wouldn't work for Tennessee. I wouldn't work for the New York Jets. I wouldn't
Cleveland
work for
has-
the Raiders. I wouldn't work
Cleveland
for
has negative-
Cleveland. All the 4 teams I just named have the worst ownership in the NFL. They do. It starts there. You got to have an
Yeah.
owner, that wants to win and will. Okay, let me clarify this for you, Dallas Cowboys fans. Will hire football minds to run their organization. You know what I mean?
I wonder if the Browns could convince any team. You remember, was it Brock Osweiler that had the crazy big contract, and then they managed to unload that on somebody for some draft picks?
Yeah, it was Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
Yeah.
And I wonder, do you think anyone would work with the Browns for that? Get some of the Browns picks in order to take on. They have like a ton of space and a couple years
For
to rebuild
Watson?
or whatever. For
I
picks,
could-
it would be for the picks. That'd be the only reason for it.
Right? I could see Arizona maybe doing that.
Okay.
Get another malcontent quarterback and get a bunch of picks. Sure, why not?
Here, take our
pretty great
quarterback and our number 1 pick. Here, you can just have him.
I hadn't seen that before with that, but I thought it was a very interesting thing to be able to unload that onto another team just for their picks, kind of thing, just to get picked. So
Well, boys and girls, guess what? It's
Think
that
about it.
time. It's that time. First of all, I love the discussion about This is one of the reasons why I love the NFL so much is the discussion that goes on in the off season. But we have to turn our eyes to this season because it's not over yet, guys. It's not over yet, and we've got some things to discuss here. Let me tell you.
like what?
Like what? Well, we got to talk about this bracket. What's going on, man?
Yeah,
Of course,
colors right there.
me and Knock get to kick back. Let me tell you something.
Well, John gets kicked back too, but in different.
I'm not. Well, for different reasons, bro. Our teams are still playing. I really am shocked that the Seahawks are there, and they have ridden this defense all season long. And every time Darnold reins in the turnovers, we win. And it's been fun to watch down the stretch here. I was really, when we beat the Rams on that Thursday night game in overtime, I was like, yeah, they got a shot. They got a shot. But I never thought in a million years they'd be the number one pick. I didn't think that Mike McDonald would turn it around this fast. But he's obviously a pretty good head coach. He's doing a good job up there. Denver, we knew they were going to be on this track. Just didn't know that the Chiefs were going to fall apart this quickly. And they've got... Go ahead.
I didn't think we were going to fall this. I mean, I don't think we would have fallen this far.
It's all one-score games.
Yeah.
You were winning them before. Now you're not. And
Broncos are winning them. Last year we weren't. Or
yeah,
the year before.
yeah, it's flipped.
Yeah.
The script has flipped for both franchises. It really has.
But I knew we were getting a bad year, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
Yeah.
But it's just a bad year.
But one thing you'll notice, the two teams that are sitting back watching everybody beat the shit out of each other have the best defenses in the NFL. And that's what it takes to win a championship. Yep. Denver and Seattle have great defenses. So let's talk about the matchups, boys and girls. The first game we got to talk about today, let's see. I think the first one today is this one at 3:30 p.m. this afternoon. That's Central Time, 4:30 Eastern. It'll be the Carolina Panthers hosting the Los Angeles Rams this time. I think the last time they played, it was in Los Angeles, wasn't it? I think. Not sure. Can't remember. But Carolina beat them. They beat the Rams, a month ago? Wasn't it about a month ago they beat them? Hang on, let's take a look. I think it should be listed right here. Yeah. No, it was in Carolina. 28-31 they beat them. And that was on November 29th. Yeah, a little over a month ago, right? So, lots changed since then. Carolina's lost a few games. Matter of fact, they backpedaled into the playoffs. They couldn't beat the Buccaneers on the last game of the season. Had the division in their hands if they won, and they couldn't do it. Meanwhile, the guy that lost and threw all those turnovers to the defense of the Carolina Panthers, he's coming off a 4-touchdown, 300-yard plus game against the Arizona Cardinals to finish up the season. So, thoughts on this?
His boy is back.
Say again, sir?
His boy is back.
Yes, absolutely. Devontae, well, let's call it what it is. His end zone guy is back. The big guy that he can go to in the end zone. Devontae Adams is back for this one. Think this is the game he got hurt in. If I remember correctly. He's been out since the Carolina Panthers game, right? I think he got injured in that game. But, yeah. Thoughts on this one, John? What do you think? Who do you like in this one?
There, Joe. It's showing
the Carolina Panthers are the JMU of the NFL. They have no business being in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's going to be Rams. I mean, come on.
You think the Rams are going to come out there and stomp their ass, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be embarrassing for the.
Not so fast, my friend.
Oh, go Knock. Go.
I think the Panthers defense is real. They already showed that they can play against the Rams. I just don't know if their offense can do it. I mean, I think with I'm picking the Rams or I think the Rams will win just because of that offense with Devontae Adams back. But I don't think it's going to be a blowout. It could potentially if Young has a bad game, makes mistakes, then yeah, Rams could have this easy. But I really like the Panthers defense.
30 points per game versus 18.
Turnover differential -2 for Carolina, +10 for the Rams. Yeah. Let's not forget the Rams defense. They're decent.
Yeah,
they're decent themselves. But they're much like the Cowboys a few years ago. They're built to have a lead. They are built to stop a passing game. They're not the greatest at stopping the run. If Carolina's going to have a chance, they have to run the football today.
Don't forget about Dowdle.
Dowdle's been a good pickup for them. Yes, absolutely. Dowdle's got he's a 1,000-yard rusher this year. He's a 1,000-yard rusher. Out. Nobody's out for the Panthers. You've got one lineman that's questionable. Dotson's out on their offensive line, but and Ferguson, the tight end, is questionable. But other than that, hang on. Let's look at the whole list here. Whittington, who is one of their lower wide receivers, is out for the Rams, and also another one of their linemen is questionable. That's not good for the pass rush defense of the Panthers, because we know the Rams can get after your ass on defense. Me personally, I think the Rams should win this one.
Scroll down a little bit there, Joe. If
Go
you can,
for
on
it.
the right side.
Sure.
Previous matchup.
Right.
Yeah.
I showed that earlier.
That looks like a dub to me, John. So
it is.
Don't count them out too quick, just because you see all the stats there.
Yeah, right.
On paper, the Rams should win this swimmingly. But this is why we don't play on paper. We play on the field.
Yes, that's true. That's why they play the games. You've got now. I'm always going to bring up. People act like they're 8-9. They shouldn't be there. Yeah, well, there was this Saints team that won 12 games and went up to Seattle when they were 7-8. What was it? 7-9, I think. The year. It was a 16-game season at the time. It wasn't 17.
Awful division.
And they were 7-9, and they stomped the fuck out of the Saints. It was awesome.
If we changed the rules, we would not have Beastquake. It just would not have happened.
But it did. The way it's set up now, you win your division, you get a home game.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is.
That's how it should be.
That's the way it should be, yes.
Well, I would like to point this out. I know you said on paper and we play on the field.
Yes.
The presumptive MVP of the NFL is playing today.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Pretty much number one in everybody's book, Matthew Stafford's had the season. It's the best season of his career so far.
Yeah.
What did he throw? 48 touchdowns, I think, this year? Good God.
Some ludicrous number.
Yeah, it was crazy. That's pretty much the presumptive pick for the MVP. But like Knox said, they have to play the games. Nobody thought the Panthers were going to beat them last time. And I think that's the issue this time. They've seen them. They know what their defense can do. Sean McVay is going to have a way to bust them up this time.
Oh, yeah. Sean McVay's too good of a coach to let him
it's
get
tough to beat a team twice in a season. It really is. And with the kind of offense they got, and Devontae Adams coming back is huge. It is. When they get down on the goal line, he's going to be the number one target, man. Or he's going to be the decoy that gets somebody open, that's for sure. So,
Matt Stafford had 4,700 yards and 46 touchdowns versus 8 interceptions.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew there was an 8 in there somewhere. 46 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. And you know what?
That's a hell of a ratio.
If I remember correctly, he threw a bunch of them in this game. Like almost half of them, I think, he threw in this game. What do you got there, Knoxter?
I'm just showing what I'm looking at.
Yeah, gotcha. If I remember correctly, he threw half of his picks in that game, like 4 of them. They were picking him off all the time in that game.
Only 3 of the top 5 are in the playoffs.
Yeah, right? No, he threw 2 interceptions in that game. 2 interceptions he threw in that game. So, yeah, there it is. Two touchdowns, 2 interceptions in this game right here. And they held him to 243 yards passing. Wow. Interesting.
And most quarterbacks would go, hey, that's a good number.
Yeah, that's a great number, right?
Stafford's like, wow, that's like half what
And here's Bryce Young down at 21.
Yeah. Yeah, 21. It's definitely running. Look, it's running game and defense with them. You know that.
He was behind Geno Smith.
That's how they're going to have to win. No doubt about it. Okay, boys and girls. The next one we got to look at is let's see. Tonight, the oldest rivalry in the NFL, boys and girls. And by the way, our picks for that game, I think all of us are on the Rams, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'm definitely rooting for Carolina, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Rams should handle it.
I hear you. Yeah. I think the men of the West represent, and Matthew moves on to the divisional. Now, let's talk about the what happens if they win that game. They are pretty sure they're the 5 seed. San Francisco is the 6, and the Packers are 7. So nothing gets decided with their win. Nothing gets decided with their win. But if this game tonight, if the Packers pull this game off, which I don't think they're going to, but if they pull this game off, they will punch their ticket instantly for Seattle. That's because they're the lowest seed. They will punch their ticket for Seattle in the division round if they win this game.
There you go.
Yeah. What you got?
If you want it.
Yeah.
Just a visual representation of what you're talking about.
Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. If the Packers win tonight, they are going to Seattle. That they punch their ticket for it.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's what's on the line tonight in this game.
They have to be on prime.
I don't see it happening
prime.
myself. Now they are getting a lot of pieces back. Their starting quarterback's going to be back tonight. I think they're getting one of their wide receivers that's been hurt back. They're getting a few players back, but I don't know, man. Chicago has
You
been.
can look it up if you scroll down.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's take a look at the players that are going to be in and out for tonight. Gardner Johnson out for the Bears.
He's bouncing around, though. I don't know if that's a big loss. They've done most of the season without him.
Yeah.
If I'm not
They
mistaken.
picked him up at the trade deadline, didn't they?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they just picked him up as a waiver.
Really? Oh my
I can't
God.
remember. But yeah, they definitely didn't have him the whole season.
Okay. Let's see. They got a defensive lineman questionable. Defensive back questionable.
Golden's back.
Yeah. See that. Where's their quarterback? They're not even saying anything about him, but I know he's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he must be fully off the report completely. Here we've got a defensive back Gordon out and an offensive lineman out for the or actually questionable. These are questionable. But they've got their full complement of people.
Yeah,
it looks
Moore
like.
and Adunze. That's good.
Yeah, they're all playing. I don't know. I Jordan Love just first game back in a month.
That's rough.
That is rough to have
In
to play
Chicago.
this team. Yeah, this team that you can say what you want about the Chicago defense. They are opportunistic. They're not tops in yards or anything like that, but they are really good at taking the ball away.
Yeah.
Look at the turnover differential for the fucking Bears, man.
Plus 22.
Plus 22. That's ridiculous.
23 interceptions is
That
insane.
is nuts, man. That is absolutely crazy. So yeah, I'm thinking the Bears tonight. Knock. What do you think of this one?
I got to go with the Bears, too. I agree. I think with Love coming back, you just mentioned it, coming back from a month off.
Yeah.
or something like
And
that.
look, guys, I don't know what you think of this guy. I think he's a decent quarterback, but I don't think he's all that in a bag of chips. I put him and the guy down in Houston, Stroud, in about the same boat. They've got really good receivers that make them look really good. You throw them within 5 yards of any of these guys, they're going to catch it, But anyway, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting enough from Jacobs, but he's also been banged up. So it's hard to get a whole lot from him. Obviously, their defense took the biggest hit earlier this season.
Yeah.
They were expected to have that guy for the playoffs. So
Yeah.
now they're just basically the Packers of last year, which couldn't make it. So
It would be a different game if they had him. If they had number one. That's the
But I don't know, Joe. Is this it's a division rivalry? Throw records out, throw everything out on the thing.
It is kind of, but I'm just thinking the word you used for Jacobs, banged up. This whole team's banged up.
It's true.
It's been banged up all year, and they backpedaled into the playoffs. So anytime a team backpedals into the playoffs, I put them a notch down compared to somebody that won. And both of these teams backpedaled in. Let's be clear, but this team was playing the 49ers. So, yeah, or no, it wasn't the 49ers. Who beat them last week? I don't remember who beat them last week. Was it the Lions that beat them last week? Yeah, they played spoiler against the Bears last week.
Yeah.
So
field goal to end it.
Right. So yeah, that's 2 losses they had down the stretch, back to back, Niners and the Lions. So, but yeah, I think they shake it off today. I think the more beat up team is the Packers. What do you think, John? What do you think of this one?
Well, I know I picked the Packers to go all the way.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no, I mean, the Bears are just, their defense is just going to, any mistake gets made, Bears are going to capitalize.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And their quarterback, like you said, isn't all that in a bag of chips. The big difference is Ben Johnson.
It is. It's the big difference between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears this year. I mean, yeah, they're obviously a different team without Ben Johnson. That's why I said at the beginning of the season I thought Detroit would take a step back because they lost that guy. They beat him a week ago, but that's more trying to play spoiler and stick it to him on the way out the door, kind of thing.
Caleb Williams has I'm not going to take anything away from his physical talents whatsoever.
Yeah.
As you like to say, he's a mental pygmy.
He is. His football IQ is low.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
It's his shoe size low.
Yeah, shoe size low, but he has reined himself in under Johnson. So you got to give it to Ben Johnson. He's been the difference with that kid.
He can be coached. So that's something you can't say about a lot of these arrogant quarterbacks coming out of college.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
I got to say the biggest difference, honestly, I think the Bears would be in the exact same position as the Lions if not for that defense.
Yeah, the defense
is the difference maker.
It is the difference.
That's what the Lions don't have. They don't have a 22-plus differential.
Because if you look at the quarterback's performance there, Caleb Williams, he's not throwing for 300 yards.
No,
he's leading them on game-winning drives. Excuse me, down the stretch. That's what he's doing. The defense is keeping these games close, and then Ben Johnson's doing his play calling thing to get them in the end zone at the end of games. That's how it's working this year. Yep. So I just think the Packers are just so beat up right now. I don't think either one of these teams is going to be in the NFC Championship game. I really don't. But I think tonight it's the Bears' night. That's what I think. Yeah. I
concur.
Yep.
The Bears.
Okay. So we're all on that one. The Bears.
I do like saying the Bears.
The Bears. Well, it's awesome, man. I mean, that's a great
I think
thing.
it's always fun when the Bears do good. Last time we saw them in the Super Bowl, that season was so much fun. Mm-hmm. When the Bears are winning, I don't know. It's just good vibes. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so next up, we've got Knox Man Crush, Josh Allen, heading into Jacksonville. The rubber's going to meet the road tomorrow at noon Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. Buffalo, now, they've been saying it all week. They've been all week since we found out the seeding and everything. There's no Patrick Mahomes, right? There's who's the other guy? Yeah, there's no Joe Burrow. This guy's clearly the best quarterback in the playoffs. Can he take the team all the way, right? And I don't think they get out of Jacksonville, guys. Jacksonville is playing some team football that is amazing to watch, man. As much as grief as we give Fabio, we got to, it's funny. I heard an announcer call their running game the three-headed monster. the other day, Jacksonville, and they included Fabio in that three-headed monster. And he is doing that a lot. He's got a lot of rushing touchdowns, just like this guy does. So their defense is solid, and their running game. I think this is really an evenly matched game, except for one thing. Jacksonville's got a better defense than friggin' Buffalo does. They do. And we'll go ahead and look at the numbers real quick. You see it right there. Look at the turnover differential. That's crazy.
The sack differential.
They get after the fucking the offense.
Or not the sack, the interception.
Yeah, the interception numbers. Yeah, they're like the Bears. This team is opportunistic on defense, man. So, John, what do you think of this one? I think it's Jacksonville. I think they actually beat the Bills in this one.
You know how much I love Fabio.
No. You got to admit, he's reined it in this year, though.
But I got to say this. Duval!
Yeah, that coach is the difference. There's no doubt about it. That guy has brought a winning mentality to this bunch. A team mentality. And it's pretty cool to see.
Plus, it's not just Mahomes and Burrows. This is a player on the Bills that just cannot win the big one.
Well, I think he could if they built a team around him, but they've never done it. The only thing they've given him is a running game. Every time he gets a good wide receiver, they ship him out of town. They think he's Tom Brady, and he's not that. So
no,
he's a different kind of quarterback. I've said it before. I think he will win a Super Bowl whenever that coach is gone. That's what it's going to take. They're going to have somebody else there. So what do you think? Who's going to win this one, John?
It's definitely going to be. I'm going to say the Jaguars because look at the. Hamlin's been out, so
they're healthy. This team is healthy, man. They've got one lineman questionable. Oof, they got a lot of people out on the Bills side. And a lot of them are on defense. Yeah, Bernard, I think, is one of the biggest ones that they're going to miss.
Yeah,
right there.
And like I said, I don't believe. I mean, Josh Allen looks good in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't handle playoffs.
Yeah. Knock, what do you think? They go in there and pull it off?
Not so fast.
Not so fast, my friend. My man Crush is going to go down there and beat Fabio up. Go, man.
You got the number one running back yards-wise in the league.
It's true.
Run the damn ball down their throat. This is going to be – listen, here's my prediction. We're going to OT, and Josh Allen is going to get his first win in overtime in the playoffs.
You're
asking for a lot now, Knock.
I know.
They've changed the rules enough for him.
Yeah, so, look, I don't know. I think on paper, the Jags have a better defense. There's no denying that. I think, we've seen the good side of Fabio. I think that eventually has to turn. And
will it turn in this game?
Let's not forget, what has he done in the playoffs? Outside of one fantastic
one game
that they had to come back from because of his mistakes in the first half.
Right.
And the Chargers be charging, that's what they do. They give up games.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say what you want about Josh Allen not getting it done. He has more experience. He has much more experience in the playoffs. And
more experience at losing.
At playing. I mean, okay, sure, you could say that, but you learn from losing too. But I would still trust Allen over Fabio in the playoffs.
Yes,
so.
They have one of the best running backs in the NFL. They don't use them all the time.
No, we'll see what happens. And then, of course, now I will say Shakir is a pretty good receiver for the Bills. He's always making plays, and they have probably the best tight end duos, Kincaid and Knox, out there. So I'm not going to give those guys up either. So
yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. What I think of this one is this: give me the better defense any day in the playoffs, and I think that's the Jaguars. So.
Better defense and the home team.
I'm not giving Jaguars home game advantage. I'm not. You're going to see a lot of blue. You're going to see a lot of blue.
That's true. Yeah, this is the Jaguars we're talking about.
Not giving Jacksonville credit for home team.
Well, Josh Allen puts the cape on. They can win this game. But man, it's just that defense is so opportunistic. If you've watched them this year, and I've watched them a couple of times, man, they get after you, man. They do. They don't give up the running yards. Cook's going to have a hard time today. I'd
put that past David, probably the second behind Chicago.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm going with the Jaguars in this one. Knock, are you going Bills or are you going Jaguars?
Bills. I'm sticking
Bills.
I'm sticking with my boo.
Sticking with your boo, your man crush. I hear you. And the only thing about Josh Allen that I do not like is the fact that he just stretches and stretches and stretches. You have to know when to get rid of it. You got to know when to hold him. You got to know when to fold him. Okay, and he does not do that, and it hurts him a lot, and it can hurt him a lot against a defense like this. And that's if he reins himself in, he could win this game. Yeah, but man, he's got to play smart, and sometimes he doesn't play smart.
My personal wish for this is a meteor strike, but.
Well, I mean, I'd like to see Jacksonville win. Jacksonville.
I don't want to see them again.
Yeah, I know you don't want to see them again. You're pulling for Buffalo for a reason. I know that. It's not just the man crush, but I would like to see Jacksonville win. I'd like to see them go on a run. I think that would be cool. Okay, next up, we've got. Let's see, where is it? Yes, 3:30. Tomorrow afternoon, 4:30 Eastern, we've got that guy, Kyle Shanahan and his crew, heading into Philadelphia to play the Eagles. For a winning football team, for a division championship team, is there a team getting more grief than the Philadelphia Eagles about the way they do their business, the way they win football games? I mean, it's just bizarre. They're the reigning Super Bowl champions, and because they're not blowing people's doors off, and they look pedestrian at times. It's ridiculous, man. But they're still 11-6. They won their division. They've got a team with a better record coming in to play them in the San Francisco 49ers. Me, personally, I think that the 49ers are too beat up. I know I picked them to win from this spot, from the wild card spot, to win it all. But, wow, I did not expect them to get as injured as they did this year. And surprisingly, probably the guy second in the MVP voting didn't get injured this year. Their running back, Christian McCaffrey. All these injuries they've had, and he didn't make the list. So
McCaffrey's more like third in the MVP.
You think?
Yeah, it's a two-man race for the MVP.
Okay.
But
Matt and who?
Drake May.
Drake May. Okay, gotcha. Okay. But look at this list for the 49ers. Cowing's out. Gifford, the linebacker's out.
Not out.
Huh? Oh, yeah, questionable. I'm sorry. Well, the biggest one for me, and he's not listed here, that's Warner, their middle linebacker. Yeah. I did not expect him to get lost for the whole season. That guy is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer when it's all said and done.
He can't come back, but he was running on the sidelines.
Oh man, it's a shame too.
Was it him? I know there was one player where they said if they make the Super Bowl, he can.
Yeah, it might be Warner. It might be Warner. Yeah. But the Eagles, they look good. They've got a couple of guys that are questionable, but that's it.
Lane Johnson, though, that's a big one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it
is.
Their
offensive line.
So
yeah.
that's yeah.
But he did practice. That's a good thing. So here's the thing: can the Philadelphia Eagles put some offense together and get this done? We know they can run the football, but once again, they keep throwing the football early in games when they should be pounding the rock and softening up defenses. It's just weird the way they do things there. The 49ers crushed them 2 years ago.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
Last time they played.
But these two teams don't see each other very often. So it's going to be interesting to see. Me personally, like I said, I think the San Francisco 49ers are too beat up. Knock, what do you think of this one?
I don't know. Just something that's been off with the Eagles. I don't know. I'm going to go with the 49ers just because I think they can go in and Kittle's back.
Yes, he is.
You know, and Purdy's he looks purdy.
Yeah, he looks purdy. My concern is their defense. Look at that turnover differential, man. It's bad. Their defense is not doing well.
Yeah, but I mean, they got your
They're
boy,
the worst. They're the worst defense in the NFL for sacks.
Yeah, they can't get to the quarterback. But yeah, look. Robert Saleh is one of the main reasons why they're 12 and whatever. He's a great coordinator and he's plugging a lot of holes. But that big one in the middle of that defense, that is when you get to this time of year, it's hard to plug that hole right there, man. Having a guy like Warner that can go sideline to sideline in no time flat and just bury running games, yeah, it's tough. And that you can say what you want about the Eagles, but they can run the fucking ball. So
they haven't this year.
I know they haven't, but you know it's that time. It's time for Saquon to be Saquon, man. You know. But you're saying the 49ers will outscore them? Yes, and
yeah.
Probably a shootout, I would imagine.
I think this is a game where McCaffrey can go off.
Yeah. Okay. All right. John, what do you think of this one?
Well, Eagles are, on paper, the better team.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the better defense.
Points didn't say that.
Yeah,
well,
right.
I'm talking about they've got the better defense, and defense wins championships. However, the 49ers have one superpower that we haven't mentioned. They play better beat up.
They do. They rally. They play good team football when their guys are out. Yeah.
Yep.
Next man up is definitely a motto with the 49ers. You see stars come out of nowhere, right?
Exactly.
With the 49ers. Yeah.
I feel like they need to change their logo. That S needs to be broken slightly.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh, chipped. Yeah, chipped and cracked
with a little bandage on it. You know,
right?
Yeah.
Well, they've got a classic uniform. Matter of fact, when we played them, that Thursday night, there was the last
bring
game
up the
of the
intimidation
season,
factor.
and they wore the fucking
jersey.
black uniforms. I was like, no, this ain't gonna do. I kind of knew we were gonna win that game. But anyway, go ahead, John. Finish up.
Yeah, but and like you said, something's off with the Eagles. I don't know whether there's some friction in the locker room. Is there some coaching issues? But something isn't right with the Eagles, and something that hasn't been right for the last month and a half.
Yeah.
So
well, actually, it's been all season. People have been griping about this all season.
Yeah.
They've been talking like their number one wide receiver, A.J. Brown, is a malcontent. You know, they've been talking like that all year.
Yeah.
You know.
They've got the most garbage fan base in the NFL.
Ah, they do. Yeah.
I'm going to say 49ers. I think 49ers are going to pull it
so
together.
I'm the only guy picking the Eagles in the next game? Wow. Okay. All right. Cool. I could be completely wrong. We know that the best division in the NFC sent 3 teams to the playoffs this year. So, you know, they should beat up every team they play. That's for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it's an all NFC West championship game this year. So, yeah, this would be a step towards it. I don't know. I think the Eagles are going to turn it on in this one. I think Saquon's going to have a big game. That's just my thoughts, though. Okay, so I'm alone on the Eagles bandwagon this time. Next up, tonight, boys and girls.
Tomorrow night.
Oh, no. This is tomorrow night. I'm sorry. The night game on Sunday. The Sunday night football game. It's going to be the Los Angeles Chargers heading into the other MVP candidate, as John corrected me about earlier, Drake May and those New England Patriots. John Harbaugh versus Mike Vrabel. Wow, did Tennessee screw up letting that guy out the door? I did not think the Patriots would be back this quick. And it turns out all they needed was a
By the way,
guy.
this is Jim Harbaugh, not John.
Yeah, John just got fired.
Did I say John?
You said Jim.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Jim Harbaugh. You know, I'm old and I tend to, especially when they both have first names that start with a J. Yeah, I can get confused. But anyway, Chargers, Patriots. I'll give you my thoughts right now. Chargers going to charge New England in the romper stomper at home. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But here's the thing. The knock on New England all year long has been they played a last place schedule. They lost to the Raiders on opening day. The worst team in the NFL.
Only reason why we got the number 1 seed.
Right?
That was it. That was the last
That
time.
was the one. Yes.
Common opponents.
So, can they beat a team with a winning record? That's the thing, right? Let's take a look. Looks like nobody is out except for one of their wide receivers, Lambert Smith. I don't know this guy from Adam. We know that the Chargers have a decent defense. The Patriots don't look like they have anybody out. They've got a few that are questionable. Landry, that's a big one right there. He's a great linebacker for them.
Henderson was definitely getting saved for this game.
Yes.
Did not participate in practice, but he's a go.
Yeah. You want to talk about a two-headed running game? That Stevenson and that dude, that's a good 1-2 punch to put with Drake May. So, what do we think there, guys? I think it's going to be New England and the Stomper. I think the Muskets are going to fire a lot tonight. Let's see. We'll start with John in this one. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Patriots. I'm actually the way things are set up now. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking it's going to be Patriots Seahawks.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
I don't know about that. There's a team in Denver that's going to have something to say about that, man.
In Los Angeles.
But it could happen. It could happen for sure. But we're talking about a second-year guy. Getting all the way there. We haven't seen that since Ben Roethlisberger did it. So
right. And Drake May's a better quarterback than Ben Roethlisberger.
Depends on how you look at it, man. If you're in the Josh Allen school, you'd like Ben Roethlisberger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's looked great against first-place schedule teams, but but they did beat the Bills twice. I think they swept them. If I'm not mistaken. But
No. The Bills got him the second time around,
right.
bro. Yeah, they beat him the second time around, handily too. It was not even close. So you're saying Drake May in the romper stomper? What do you think, Knock?
Well, not as bad as the 49ers, but the Chargers are beat up, and Herbert's got a hand that's hurting at the moment. I don't know if it'll take too much to knock him out, to be honest.
Yeah.
And once that happens, the game's over. Like Herbert has got that Mahomes magic.
He does.
Lawrence has it. The plays they make, it's like, how the fuck did they get out of there? Like, Herbert's that kind of guy. It just drives me insane. And it's got to drive defenders insane when they just can't get him the fuck down.
Yeah.
Herbert has a safety blanket named Keenan Allen. That's the big difference.
Yeah.
I think all the players on that team make the plays when needed. Allen's been beat up too, though. Mm-hmm. I think he's on that.
He's an old man. The guy that's been the difference for them this year is Quentin Johnson figured out how to catch a football.
That helps you.
That's been the big difference.
The running back Vidal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yes, I just think they're really beat up. So I think the handedly, I think the Patriots. Honestly, I'm kind of rooting for the Chargers. Because if they win, we get them next week. Mm-hmm. So I would rather face the Chargers than say the Bills or Houston.
Are they the 7th seed in the AFC?
Chargers are the 7th seed. Yeah.
Huh. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, they punched their ticket for Denver. Yeah. you know, they're beat up, and yeah, I've been a Herbert fan since he got drafted. I love the guy. I think he's awesome. But here's my thing about the Chargers. They are not playing hardball football. Hardball football is smash mouth, running it down your throat, playing great defense, and, shortening the game, all that stuff, He's all about, if you remember the San Francisco still subscribes to his kind of football there. They run first, then think about throwing it, right? They have been playing wide open, throwing it 40 times a game, and that's just not hardball ball.
Yeah, Vidal is, to your point, Vidal is 32nd in yardage.
Yeah, he's their running game has been almost non-existent. So, that's my concern with them, and that's why I think the Patriots are going to beat them pretty handily tonight. But am I hearing that all of us are on New England? I know you're pulling for Los Angeles, but
pretty much, yeah.
So
we'd want the weaker team. But
that's it for Sunday, and then the last one we've got to talk about, boys and girls, is I cannot believe that I'm saying
it's in the
this.
middle.
Where is it? There it is. Yes. We're going to have a Monday night game, which is stupid to me. It makes no sense. They should have 3 games today. The Houston Texans at 12-5 are heading into 10-7 Pittsburgh to play Aaron Rodgers.
I thought this was a good idea. Have this game as the last game.
Yeah.
This is probably the worst game of all 6, and they put this one as last.
I don't even know if fucking Aaron Rodgers is going to survive this game. You know what I mean? You could argue that Houston has the best defense in the NFL. It's either Houston, Denver, or Seattle has the best defense. It's definitely the best defense we're going to see in this round is Houston, okay? And they're going up to Pittsburgh to play them who, that's what they hang their hat on, but their defense has been beat up this year. They just got Watt back like last week for the last game of the season when they needed him, and the only reason why they won is because Baltimore's kicker missed. This is, oh, man, crazy. But you know what? It's in Pittsburgh, and it's a Monday night game. And if you look at their record on Monday nights, they haven't lost a Monday night game since what? I think actually Bill Cowher was on TV talking about it the other day. It was in the late 80s or like 1990, and it was their first head coach, right? The guy before Cowher. So now we see right here.
Another set of teams that haven't played in over 2 years.
Yeah, they haven't played each other in 2 years, which is kind of funny. You'd think they'd play more often, both being in the AFC, but they haven't seen each other in 2 years. I think if Pittsburgh has a good defensive showing, they can get turnovers out of Stroud. But I think, knowing their defensive-minded coach, I think Houston is going to play conservative ground football and throw it to Nico Collins deep when they drop the safety in the box. I think Houston's going to win this one. And I think Tomlin's head could be on the block. But it shouldn't be, because they have not answered the quarterback problem since Ben Roethlisberger. Aaron Rodgers is a Band-Aid. He's only here for like 1 or 2 seasons, And
he's not even a Band-Aid. No. He's the off-brand Band-Aid.
Yes, he's the
that barely
Band-Aid,
sticks.
No doubt. I think if they run the football and play good defense, I think they're going to beat the Steelers. Now, Aaron Rodgers could have a game for the ages. He's been known to do that. When everybody doubts him, all of a sudden he goes and throws fucking 5 touchdowns and 400 yards and shit. But at his age, I don't think that's happening. Knock, what do you think of this one?
This has the making of a 6-3 game.
It
I'm not
does.
I have my bar is so low on this game. I'm gonna hate watching it. It's gonna be so boring. There's gonna be no offense, except for maybe one or two big plays. I hope it surprises me, but I just feel like this game's gonna be so boring to watch, and I'll probably just have some other show going on because it's gonna be punt commercial, punt commercial, punt commercial, punt commercial.
Aaron Rodgers bitching on the sideline. Punt commercial. Stroud gets intercepted. Punt commercial. Or no, not punt, but
The refs are tired. Commercial.
Right.
TV. God, I hate TV.
So who are you picking in this defensive struggle?
I'm gonna go with the Texans.
Okay.
I do like their defense better. I think they'll get after. Rodgers can't move worth a lick. Stroud can at least get out of the pocket. It won't be healthy for him to do so, but he'll try. Hopefully he doesn't get knocked out like he did against Denver.
Which could happen.
This could happen.
Hayward and TJ Watt are no joke.
And that's why I think
Hayward's hurt, though.
He's playing.
He's playing, but he's only playing about half the amount of downs he normally plays.
Yeah, I saw him on the sideline a lot the other night. So, yeah.
Yeah, so, Stroud's going to be running for his life, and he's going to throw the ball out of bounds, and Rodgers is just going to go straight. If we don't, I predict we're going to get at least one shot. You remember that shot with him with his helmet up above his nose and his chin strap was at his nose?
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
We'll probably get at least one of those shots.
Right, because he left it there and looked at the ref like, dude.
I could see that happening in this. So that's
One big thing for the Steelers. DK Metcalf's stupid ass is back for this one. So he's at least going to have that target out there or decoy, depending on what they need.
I wish that fan was in the stands for this game.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Put him right behind the bench, right behind the wide receivers. Yeah.
DK!
Yeah, DK! Can I get your signature?
If I was Houston, I would legit
pay to send that guy
to have
down
that
there.
guy there.
Too damn funny,
Just to
man.
fuck with him.
It's sad because DK, he's another Terrell Owens, man. This guy is a beast on the football field and a mental pygmy off of it. It's just, people were shocked when we got rid of him. You notice who wasn't shocked? I didn't say a word about it. I knew. Yeah. The guy's a phenomenal talent, though. He really is. John, thoughts on this one?
This is Aaron Rodgers' last game in the NFL.
I think so, too. Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't think that the Steelers' defense, I mean, yeah, TJ Watt's back, but is he 100%?
Yeah.
Cam Ward's not 100%. I don't think they're deep, and even as spastic as Shroud is, I don't think they're gonna stop him. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's going to light up the scoreboard or anything.
Yeah, I don't see. The only way this is a multiple scores is if Aaron Rodgers has a day. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen. I mean, my God, the fucking pass rush of the fucking Texans.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he'd have to throw nothing but 5-yard ins and outs the whole game just to get it out of his hand in 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
That's the only way he's going to survive this. If he holds on to it for any longer than 2 seconds, he's going to be looking up at the lights. That's what's going to happen. And, he's going to be on his ass more than. No, I won't finish that analogy, but.
But yeah, I think we're all on the Texans. And hey. Rodgers has had his time. He's trying to be another Tom Brady, and he's done tonight, I think. Yeah. Or not tonight, but Monday night. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't bathe in the blood of innocence like Tom Brady did.
Right.
So
yeah, it's pretty obvious that Tom made a deal with the devil somewhere. Yeah.
Yep.
No doubt. Any other things we want to say about this one? No? Okay. Well, that is it for the games. Let's talk about this real quick before we get out of here. We got a couple of minutes before we hit the 2-hour mark. Any coaches in trouble if they lose this weekend?
Well, you said Tomlin, but is Tomlin really in trouble? I mean, yeah,
I said he could be.
There's a lot of fans bitching about Tomlin, but the dude has never had a losing record.
Yeah, I think the head coach in Buffalo's in trouble if they get punked in Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's
I think
gone.
he's in trouble. Yeah.
Could Matt LaFleur and Green
That's
Bay
been another name that's been floating out there that might be in trouble.
Especially if they get destroyed by the Bears in the playoffs.
His contract, I think, is up next year, and so there's been a lot of talk.
I'm not sure about the coach of the Panthers going to be around.
He's just like, I'm just happy to be here, guys.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Are they still paying Matt Rule right now?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know what the whole deal is with that, but
yeah, he probably woke up. What? We're in the playoffs?
Yeah. What the hell?
I
think Sean McDermott's. I think a lot of the fans in Buffalo are going to want Sean McDermott's head.
Yeah.
Especially if they get punked in this one. If they get punked, like by a couple of touchdowns. Yeah, man. He's a good defensive mind, and he always. I can't name a member of the fucking Buffalo Bills defense except for Hamlin because of what happened to him, or Bosa. I always know the name of the old ass fucking pass rusher that they signed. It was Von Miller there for a while. Now it's
Hamlin's
Bosa.
Out, so.
I can't name a person on that defense, but they always end up playing pretty tough. He can do a lot with nothing, but
Bills Mafia is gonna if they lose, and I'm predicting they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
If they lose poorly, I mean they lose if it looks really really bad,
like I was describing. Yes.
The Bills Mafia is gonna treat Sean McDermott like that scene from The Untouchables.
Just huck him right off the fucking ceiling.
There's one X factor in this game that hasn't been mentioned yet.
What's that?
That's Brandon Cooks.
Oh, you mentioned him.
No. I mentioned James Cook.
Oh, Brandon Cooks, the wide receiver.
Yes.
Yes. He has been coming on late in the season. He sure has.
Well, they picked him up late in the season. He was a waiver wire guy.
Right.
Yeah, he was.
That boosted their wide receiver, kind of like Amari Cooper did that season. So I don't know. That could be that if they're going to have a big play outside of Shakir, it's going to be Cooks doing it.
Yeah. I expect them to run a lot of screens. I expect them to run the ball a lot. But here's my fucking problem with this fucking team. And the offensive coordinator, we know he's done great things. Did with Joe Burrow down at fucking LSU. Okay, Joe Brady's a really good offensive mind. But he's got a big lummox at quarterback that sometimes doesn't do things correctly. And, if he would just run the fucking ball. I mean, Knox says it all the time. Look, Joe Brady, if you're watching, just hand it to number 4. Okay? At least once a series, hand it to number 4. If I see one more 3 and out because you gave the big lummox the ball 3 times in a row, I may pull my hair out. It's
Unless he's running 2.
And
Joe, right?
Joe doesn't have that much hair to pull out yet. So
no, I ain't got shit. No.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about up here.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But anyway, just hand the ball to Cooks, man. Damn. It's like watching the Eagles, Just hand it to Saquon. They're going to get tired of tackling him before it's over with.
If the Bills get behind early, where they've got to depend on the throw.
Oh, they're fucked.
Yeah.
They're completely fucked. Yeah. They've got to run the ball early and often in this thing to win it. I'm pulling for them. Believe it or not, I am pulling for them. It would be nice to see Jacksonville win just because my brother's a closet case Jacksonville fan. But even he says it's hard to root for Fabio. He just does not like the guy. Hasn't liked him since he was at Clemson, you know? So, yeah.
This is a who do I hate worse?
Right? Fabio or Josh Allen, right? But I think McDermott could be in trouble. I think if they lose, and like we said, if it's a blowout, if Josh Allen throws 3 picks trying to keep up, they might run him out on a rail, which may be what they need, because they're right. There's no Joe Burrow. There's no Patrick Mahomes. His contemporaries are not here this time. There's no Lamar Jackson in his way.
Nope.
If you're the man, go do it. Should be clear sailing, right?
And he has yet to prove he's the man. That's right. Yep. But he can be. He's the modern day John Elway, if you ask me. They're gonna get an offensive head coach that knows how to play call to his strengths, and it's going to be on and popping after that. They've got a guy right now in Joe Brady that knows how to run an offense with a pocket passer. This guy is not a pocket passer. That is not Josh Allen's game. I would actually compare him more to Phillip Rivers than I would. A good quarterback who's never going to see the Super Bowl.
Oh,
maybe, yeah.
I was fixing to say, as far as talents, you're out of your mind. Phillip Rivers couldn't move.
No.
By the way, how great was that to see him come back and play?
That was great. I
don't think anybody out there wasn't pulling for the guy. Even guys that hated him when he played.
Yeah. I didn't like him when he played, but
I loved him when he played. It was. I had him in fantasy football. He was the perfect fantasy football coach.
Because they're always behind.
Yeah. He scored a lot of points, or when they got ahead, he would blow it. So it was perfect.
Yep.
It was perfect harmony.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about before we get out of here today? No. Okay.
No, I'm good.
Well, listen, thanks for waking up early on a Saturday, guys, and joining me. We will do this again next week. Don't forget about that. We've got Saturday games for the next 2 weeks. So don't forget, we're going to be doing this next Saturday, same time, 10 a.m. And I'm pretty sure it'll be the same schedule. When they have Saturday games, they usually do one game at 3:30 and then one at night. So
I swear, if they do it over 3 days again, I'm going to riot.
Well, they can't. They're not going to.
There won't be as many teams.
There's only 4 games next week.
It don't matter. You can have 1 game 2 games Saturday, 1 game Sunday night, and then one game Monday night.
Trust me, buddy. They're not going to have a Monday night game.
They're not going to do that because the next Monday is
the national championship game.
True. That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
Okay, so be here next Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Time, and we will cuss and discuss for championship weekend and the national championship that following Monday. Right, guys? Okay, next up for me, you'll see me next, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. My brother has already contacted me and told me that Highlander will be in the house for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. Everything you need to know about the clown show that is 2026 through today's headlines. Brothers Hack the Matrix every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. And then it's off to Pop Culture Minefields channel at 10 a.m. Central Time for Military Monday. We talk about a military movie every Monday with Martin, Anima, and Gary over on Pop Culture Minefields channel at 10 a.m. And then, of course, It's Only Talk and Roll comes your way at 4 p.m. Central Time over on That 70s Rock Fans channel, so tune in for that on Monday afternoon. And this Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, it will be part 14 of my first-time playthrough of Mass Effect 3. Getting down to the wire on this one. I'm starting to get rid of all the little tiny things I got to do, and we may be going for the big ending here pretty soon. But you guys tune in to see where we're at this Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. And then, of course, on Wednesday, it's back over to Pop Culture Minefields channel for Wednesday Afternoon Matinee, where we talk about a great movie with Martin, Anima, and Gary every Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Time, right before we go live with State of the Atmosphere. This week, we're going to have the pop culture update, the Sweeney Spot, and we're going to talk about everything we're looking forward to in 2026. Also, we'll have our review of the latest episode of Season 2 of Fallout. You guys come join us at 5:30 p.m. Central Time for our weekly pop culture show on State of the Atmosphere. Then on Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time, it's time for Sketching the Privateer. The story of America's Pirate Patriot evolves in the comic book as I work on it live every Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. And then back over to Pop Culture Minefields channel at 8 p.m. Central Time for the ongoing saga of the Pop Culture Minefield Game Party in Baldur's Gate 3. These guys are having a lot of fun doing that. If you haven't watched the shows, man, you need to. They're doing a lot. They're having a lot of fun doing that stuff. So you guys go check it out. It's Gaming Night with John, Pop Culture Minefields channel at 8 p.m. Central Time, and that brings us right back around to next Saturday at 10 a.m. Central. So for myself and John and Knock, I want to thank you guys for being here, and until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.